He studied, he did miracles, he was a big philosopher. He didn't like the way the Kohanim, the high tribe of the priests in the temple, behaved with the money exchange at the Western Wall in Jerusalem. He went complaining. The Jews didn't like his complaints, and they actually put him on the cross and had him killed by the Romans. Okay? What I want you to understand and never forget, the first 12 students of Christ, you know what they call them in the New Testament? Rabbi. They were Jewish, and he was Jewish. Now I'm going to skip another couple of hundred years. Johanna the Pope, she was the only female Pope in the Roman Catholic Church. Yeah? She was dressed like a man, but you know the story, the chair with a hole in the middle when they check every single Pope that's voted in. Came to her a priest and a rabbi, and they said, church doesn't exist. She said, what do you mean church doesn't exist? Church has been standing for a couple hundred years. They said, we all come from Judaism. She said to the priest, could you prove it? He said, yes. They brought in the rabbi of Rome, the rabbi of Italy, and he proved that Jesus Christ is mentioned in biblical studies under the name of Joshua Yeshua ben Parchia. Okay? There is one God that we believe in. This one God said to Abraham in his dream, do not have any other gods besides me. That means that this one God approves for a fact that there's different gods. You could call him Benjamin Franklin, the $100 bill. You could call him Buddha. You could call him Pest. You could call him whatever you want. There's different gods, okay? But I want you to believe only in me, okay? Muslim and church are based on Jewish biblical studies on the Ten Commandments, okay? We accept and we respect the church. We have no problem with that. I just have one request. Why doesn't the statue of Christ in every single church take his underwear off and show that he's Jewish? Think about it. Okay, the only reason it's covered up, so nobody in the world is going to have to prove that he has a circumcision, that he was born to a Jewish mother and a Jewish father, called Maya Shemot Shel Avim Mashlo, Yosef v'Rachel, whatever his parents were called, Joseph and Miriam and Bethlehem. One more thing. I want you to go to Prague. I want you to walk on Charles Fort Bridge. Now I want you to think about the question you put up to me. There is a blue golden statue of Christ standing like this. You know what the statue says in Hebrew? You want me to show you a picture of it? It says, Kadosh, 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 Ladonai Tzevaot Elohim Elohei Yisrael. It says, holy, holy, holy are you, the King of Jews, holy to the Jewish God. And on top of him it says, INR. Okay? We respect him. Church respects its back. We have no problem. My house, it says in the front outside, my house shall be called the house of all mankind. You're more than welcome to be any religion, come to services. When you come to services, out of respect to the building, wear a yarmulke on your head. Did I answer? I tried my best. Yes, please. That was an answer to the question. Yeah, go ahead.
This was not destroyed.
What?
How come the synagogue was not destroyed by the SS?
1 minute. I'll get there in a second. Anything else? Okay. Second World War. Second World War, the synagogue was confiscated by the Hungarian Air Cross called the Hungarian Danilos Kereszt. It was given over to the SS. They used it as a German command base. German radio stood inside the synagogue. The German antenna stood up front. Adolf Eichmann's office was on the second floor porch upstairs, right behind you. Jewish community got up in April of 44 and said, we pray and we hope that history in the future, I'll find it for you later. History in the future will come and tell us that any building that served as a German command base throughout the war was saved and did not get destroyed. This is the history of the building. What I want you to understand is that on top of the roof of this house, the Nazis put a yellow cross which said to the German Air Force, please do not bomb the building. The building is a German command base, and therefore it survived between April 44 to January 18 of 45. On January 18, when the Germans fled this building, they didn't forget the cross up there. They left it up there on purpose because it said to the British, American, and Russian Air Forces, to the Allies, bomb the building. It was used as a German command base. How could I explain the building not collapsing throughout the war? Heavily bombed 28 times. Between the inner ceiling and the outside roof, there's a 1.87 meters of fresh air, and that fresh air is what actually stopped the power of the bombs to do any damage to the inner ceiling and to the inside of the synagogue. Between the years 45 to 89, well, it hits the roof and then it hits the ceiling. So by the time it hit the ceiling, it had no more power to do any damage. Between the years 45 to 1989, there was no roof on top of this building. Synagogue was mostly closed. In 89, communism was over. Hungarian government acknowledged Judaism as the fifth official religion. $10 million were donated by the greatest famous Hollywood Jewish Hungarian community. Tony Curtis, the son of Bernie Schwartz, Estee Lauder, the mother of Ron Lauder, Steven Spielberg, Barbara Streisand. Long is the list of famous Hollywood Jewish people that originate from Austro-Hungarian Empire. The money was given to the synagogue community. There was construction work done till 1997. And in 97, the synagogue was reopened up for the use of general public. Today, it holds again the beautiful title, the largest synagogue in Europe and the second largest synagogue in the world. Today, she's one out of 65 synagogues in Hungary, 28 in the city, 11 of them function on a daily basis, 4 Jewish schools, 5 kosher restaurants, 100,000 Jewish people, 80,000 in the city, 20,000 in the countryside. And of course, the synagogue works only between April 1st and October 1st. In the winter, it is impossible to heat up this building. I recommend you to enjoy the weather outside right now. It is beautiful weather. Last year, listen to what I'm going to say. Last year, on this date, it was minus 28 degrees of snow up to this height on the streets of Budapest. 2 years ago on this date, the chain bridge of the river were at the same height. The city was flooded and thousands of people got killed in Eastern Europe. So the weather is gorgeous outside. Ladies and gentlemen, you're more than welcome to take a couple of moments for pictures. The only thing I'm going to ask you is please do not cross this golden gate. You're more than welcome to meet me up front in a couple of minutes, and we'll continue Raoul Wallenberg, Memorial Park, Jewish Cemetery, and then selfies at the Jewish Museum. In the meantime, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now let me...